Today we will be looking at the first Dune Trilogy by Frank Hebert and printed by the Folio Society. Dune has long been considered to be one of, if not the best science fiction books of all time. There are 6 main books authored by Frank Hebert to include Dune, Dune Messiah, Children of Dune, God Emperor of Dune, Heretics of Dune, and Chapterhouse Dune. So far, Folio Society has only printed the first 3 books. Dune by Frank Hebert was released in 1965, printed by Folio Society in 2015, and currently retails for $150. It has 576 pages, measures in at 10 by 6 3/4 inches, and includes 11 illustrations done by Sam Weber to include 2 double-page spreads with 10 chapter headings. The introduction was done by Michael Dirda, with afterwards by Brian Herbert, who you probably already know for better or worse, and includes a map that was done by Martin Sanders, and this map is included in all 3 books. I won't go into much detail since with the movies haven't been released recently, the book being almost 60 years old, and if you're looking at buying a Folio Society edition, you've probably already read these. But if you haven't, to put it simply, Dune is set about 20,000 years in the future where the known universe is controlled by an empire known as the Imperium. The driving force behind the power of the Imperium comes from the substance known as spice, which is only found on the planet Arrakis, where most of this book takes place. Dune follows Paul of House Atreides as a plot is enacted to eliminate his family, who is seen as a threat to the Emperor. Dune covers many topics including politics, religion, and philosophy, and won both the Hugo and Nebula Award for Best Novel in 1966. Dune Messiah was released in 1969 and printed by Folio Society in 2023. It currently retails for $115, has 248 pages, and measures in at 10 by 6 3/4 inches. There are 7 illustrations done by Hilary Clark, with 1 double-page spread and 10 chapter headings. Set 12 years after the end of the first book, Dune Messiah has been described as more of an epilogue to the first book than a sequel. We follow Paul Atreides, who is now the Emperor of the Imperium, ruling from Arrakis. We see more of the relationships take center stage in this book, as opposed to the politics from the first book, all centering around Paul, whether it be Chani, Ireland, Stilgar, or Duncan. We also get to see the expansion of the world a bit with the introduction of the Tleilaxu, and get a more proper introduction to the navigators from the Spacing Guild, who were only introduced in the first book. The main purpose of the story was, of course, to show the aftermath that has hit the Imperium due to Paul becoming not just the Emperor, but a religious figure as well. Children of Dune was released in 1976 and printed by Folio Society in 2024. Currently retails for $115 and has 392 pages. It measures in at 10 by 6 3/4 inches and has 8 illustrations done by Hilary Clark with 1 double-page spread and 10 chapter headings. Children of Dune takes place 9 years after the events of Dune Messiah, so 21 years after the events of the first book. We mostly follow Paul and Chani's children, the twins, Leto II and Ganima, so Children of Dune, who were both preborn, meaning they were both born with the full consciousness and memories of their ancestors. We see a little bit more of the political side of Dune in this book, such as spending some time with House Corrino, who of course used to rule the Imperium through Emperor Shaddam IV. And of course, the end of this book is extremely pivotal to what's to come in the following book, God Emperor of Dune. Now, the main question with these books is, are they worth it? With anything, it all comes down to value. These books are very, very well made. Honestly, almost well made to the point that I don't even want to read them because I'm afraid I'm going to mess them up. And Folio Society books are typically known to hold their value over time. So if you're a huge fan of the series, I would 100% recommend buying these if you're able to. If you haven't read the books yet, I would say go and buy a cheaper paperback or even hardcover version, as the price here is definitely a big commitment, as retail plus shipping is well over $400. That's the end of this video. Hopefully I'll be able to get past being nervous on the mic and hopefully not be lazy and go on and actually make more videos. Hope you liked the video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Thanks.